We be streaming. We be streaming. Going live everywhere. Everywhere.
Something like that.
Sounds like that. Welcome, guys, to Media Bill Podcast.
Hi.
Probably recording Audacity.
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for.
Alright, ready? Here we go. We're going to start now.
And we're starting now.
Bum,
Hey, we already
bum,
have the theme music. We're not doing more theme music. It's the Media Boat Podcast. It's August 29th, 2017. This is
30th.
episode... No, not yet. Wait, is it really
It's
the 30th?
30th.
Oh, God. Today is August 30th,
Tomorrow's the 31st.
2017. This is the Media Boat Podcast. This is episode 86? 87?
87.
87?
I think.
87. No?
88.
88. 88 miles per hour. I don't know.
Oh, well, we're totally on top of this thing today.
Yeah, we have no idea what day it is. We have no idea what episode it is. Anyways, the Media Boat Podcast, regardless of what day it is a podcast that talks about movies. It talks about television. It talks about video games. It talks about music. Not necessarily in that order. Let's get right into it.
Let's jump right into this thing.
The first thing we always talk about is the weekend box office numbers.
Oh my god, what happened?
Oh my god. Hey, 2001 called. They want to know why our numbers are so low.
So, let's get right into the box office. Number
Yeah.
one was The Hitman's Bodyguard.
Yeah.
With a measly $10 million.
Measly. Like, usually 10 million is something fifth place has, not something first place has. So this is a holdover from last week. As we rightfully predicted in last week's show, none of the new movies this week was going to cut it.
Yep.
Sure enough. They did.
52% drop from last week. 39 million total.
Yeah.
Next up in number two was Annabelle Creation.
Still doing well.
With 7 million. 50% drop.
That thing has over 200 million overseas.
Yep, but
Like, internationally.
78 total
It's
domestic.
insane how well that thing is doing.
Horror movies, man.
Yeah.
Number three was the re-release of Leap,
So yeah, Leap.
the American release.
New to America. That's that animated ballet movie featuring the voice of Carly Rae Jepsen.
As someone in that movie. Don't know who.
I don't know, a side character.
4 million makes that in the thing number three.
Yep.
Wind River was number 4 at 4.6 million. This was your
Yes.
low indie budget movie by the Weinstein Company.
Yeah, went wide this week, so that had an increase in in
plus
theaters.
54%.
Yes. That's
And,
the second time that's happened since we've been covering this. The first one was The Big Sick.
and
Right,
last, number 5 was Logan Lucky.
Yep.
Number 5 at 4.2 million, 44% drop, 14 million total domestically.
Hanging in there. Probably won't be there next week, though. Actually, who knows what will be there next week? Let's talk about next week.
Alright. Next week, nothing's opening up wide.
Really?
No movies are opening next
Nothing?
week.
Nothing at all?
We have a re-release of Close Encounters of the Third Kind,
Okay.
and we have Tulip Fever.
What's Tulip Fever?
I don't know.
Is it opening to less than 1,000 theaters?
Maybe, no, it's going to a wide release,
Okay.
but I don't know what it is.
All right. Well, that's your movie for the week then. It will not be number one. Then what happens with number one?
Do we
we
call
even
it
know
roll
at any
over?
point? I mean, do we even know? Like,
Well,
what
Close
could possibly
Encounters of the
happen?
Third Kind?
No, there's no way.
Really?
Re-release of a 30-year-old movie? There's no way.
I mean, it just has to hit 5 billion.
I don't know. Anyways, regardless, yeah, I think it's probably safe for us to say that three-peat for Hitman's Bodyguard, which sounds like a ridiculous statement to make. Out of all the movies this summer, that was the least likely to three-peat, but here we are, living life.
Tulip Fever.
Oh, okay, we got a synopsis.
An artist falls for a young married woman
Okay.
while he's commissioned to paint her portrait during the Tulip Mania of 17th century Amsterdam.
Tulip Mania. That's the sequel to Sonic Mania.
The hell is this movie?
All tulips all the time. Yeah, I have no idea what that is. I think Hitman's Bodyguard is going to three-peat.
It's gonna
Which is
three-peat
insane.
with It'll three-peat with $5 million.
Like $5 million or something. I don't even know anymore. I don't even know anymore.
So
all bets are off next week. Who knows?
So let's get to some box office notes here.
Yeah. Let's talk about some notes.
Yeah. Because it's a slow week, we're going to do some notes here.
Yeah.
So this past weekend, kind of terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. How bad was it?
The combined gross of the top 12 movies totaled $49 million.
Also,
that's 12 movies.
I want to note something about these 12 one of the 12 movies that was included here.
Go ahead.
And I use movie very lightly here.
Oh yes,
the theatrical presentation.
I'll that later, but yeah.
The theatrical presentation of the fight of the boxing match was in the top 15 movies this week.
Yeah. So I'll bring it up. The McGregor-Mayweather fight
that thing.
Was on Saturday.
Right.
The film, because of the Fathom event, they label it as a film.
Right.
Brought in a total of $2.6 million from its Fathom event screenings.
Note that that's about half of what 2 out of the top 5 movies did.
That was actually enough for that film to be placed third on Saturday's charts.
That is ridiculous.
And number 8 for the weekend.
Also ridiculous. So, what else weird trivia do you have here? I mean, I know the one thing, which is, as I kind of side mentioned, that this is the worst week in the U.S. box office since September 2001.
Wait, why is it September 2001?
Because apparently that's the last time that the combined number that you mentioned was as low as it has been.
Well, it was lower.
43.
43 and a half. No, I don't have
43 million.
Yeah, $43.5 million back in the last weekend of September 2001.
Yeah.
When nobody went to the movies.
Yeah, so I don't know what it is about this past weekend. I don't know what was different. Was there just nothing out to see? There's nothing nobody cared about?
Nothing new came out.
Yeah.
Well, not only that, but nothing's coming out this weekend either.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I feel like Kingsman Gold Circle should have moved up 2 weeks.
Maybe it should have.
And taken this Labor Day weekend.
Yeah, it would have. It 100%
should have.
would have taken it. I don't know why they're not releasing that movie this weekend.
I don't know. I don't
know
why
they're had 4 days. They could have 4 days themselves.
Yep.
It's insane.
I know. They said they're releasing that thing at the end.
Yeah. September 8th, right?
No. 22nd.
22nd? That's late.
Yeah.
What's on the 8th then?
Home Again, 9/11.
Okay.
And It.
Oh, It. That's the next big thing.
That's the next one.
That's the next movie, but yeah.
The horror movie It.
Yeah. Other than that, though, it's dead until then.
This is just poor planning by the movie theater.
So yeah, as I kind of wrote in my piece for
your op-ed,
MediaBoatPodcast.com, this signifies the end of the summer. This is it. Last weekend of August is traditionally the weekend of the summer movie season. So there you have it. Summer movie season. Do you want to rate this summer?
Okay, yeah, sure. Let's do it.
It was trash.
Oh God, what happened to this summer?
Yeah, so we went into this thinking, okay, all the notable blockbusters are doing well. You thought Transformers was doing well. I was a little poo-pooing it. It did okay. You thought Spider-Man was actually not going to do well. I thought it was going to
I thought it would do okay.
I thought it was going to do good. I was right. Spider-Man was the one shining thing this summer.
No. Wrong.
Well.
The one shining thing this summer was the thing that premiered way back in March.
Yes, but...
Wonder Woman.
Yes, but you know what I mean.
I know. Wonder Woman somehow saved summer because
that
thing came early. Is $3 million away from reaching $410 million.
Not bad.
Domestically.
I mean, that ain't Marvel numbers.
No, but that would put it at number 20 of the all-time domestic chart. And then worldwide, it has already made $806 million. We'll put it at number 64.
Okay.
All time.
Well, to be fair, I was referring to things that came out this summer exclusively. That's what I mean by summer season.
Yeah.
To me, that's what it means to me.
No, so should we like starting with like Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah, I mean, Guardians even kind of didn't do like as stellar as we thought it was going to do.
No.
We thought that thing was going to be a knockout of the park, and it was just it was
well, it was
decent.
good. It was good,
It
but
made
then
decent
the reviews
numbers.
came out. The reviews came out.
Yeah,
and
so you think word of mouth just killed this?
Yeah.
Do you think that's the case for all these movies then?
Yeah, a lot of these movies were very meddling. I mean, nothing really stood out.
Okay, people, you were actually the odd one out for Spider-Man. People love that thing.
For some reason.
And it just didn't click with you.
No.
Which is okay, but I'm just pointing that out.
Yeah, I know.
So that was not part of this problem. It did not have that issue. It did pretty well consistently. It got knocked off faster than we imagined it would, but that's not because of bad word of mouth.
I mean, there were some good movies out during the summer.
Yeah, we had some surprise moneymakers, like Baby Driver did better than anybody thought it would.
Oh yeah.
We had, of course, as you mentioned, the horror movies that were released.
Yes.
Like right now, Annabelle Creation's already making more money than most of the stuff that came out during the summer.
Right.
Big Sick, big surprise there, was actually really successful.
Yep. War for the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, did okay.
Yeah. Dunkirk, surprisingly.
Dunkirk held on for
Yeah.
several weeks in the top 5, which was really impressive. So yeah, Dunkirk also a win. Christopher Nolan, big summer. But the story of this is almost like it's a bunch of underdogs that shouldn't have been successful.
Well, here, I want to lend me some movies here that
Okay.
I saw during the summer, and I'm completely forgetting that they happened this
that
summer.
they even existed? Okay.
Yes.
Let's do it.
All right. I'm going to go. All right. So, Fate of the Furious.
Yeah, that was the summer.
That was a
Early still.
summer. Yeah. Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Yeah.
For some reason, I have the word gifted here, but
Gifted.
I have no idea what that movie is.
Gifted. It was the one with the kid, the Wonder Kid, who like was super smart, and it's what's his name?
With Captain America.
Yeah.
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 That was a sweet movie.
Okay, there you go.
But forgettable.
Yeah, apparently you didn't remember what it was.
No. Baywatch.
Oh yeah.
That was this year.
That was a bomb.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
No one
Dead
cared.
Men Tell No Tales.
Dead Men Tell No Tales because nobody saw them.
Wonder Woman was during the summer.
Okay.
Cars 3 was also this year.
Dropped off really quickly as well.
Transformers 5 was this year as well. The Last Knight.
Also underperformed.
Baby Driver. Spider-Man Homecoming. The
Yep.
Big Sick. War for the Planet of the Apes. Dunkirk. The Dark Tower, which
Bombed.
Sony wanted to be a hit.
It bombed.
Yeah.
Valerian.
I don't have Valerian down here.
Valerian, City of a Thousand Planets,
Yeah.
also a big bomb.
Yes, I don't have that on here. Thank you.
There were so many bombs.
Yeah.
If we were doing a report card, what grade would you give summer 2017?
I give it my D.
I was gonna give it a D too.
Yeah, you'll give it a D?
Let's both give summer 2017 a giant D.
A giant D.
Wow. All right. Yeah. So, should we move on to movie news?
Yes, that's our notes of the summer. That's our notes of the summer box office.
Yeah, good lord.
Just it came in with so much potential, and then just sequel fatigue killed everything.
I called it.
Yeah.
I 100% called this. That was the narrative I went in going into this summer with, and I was right.
Yeah, just too many sequels.
Almost every single time.
Yep.
It's crazy. Anyways, moving on.
All right, moving on. So first,
in movie news, Warner Brothers.
if you see the cops,
Not making that joke.
Warner Brother,
Yes.
failed
Okay.
to escape the $900 million lawsuit. Speaking of The Conjuring,
Okay. Yes. Oh, that's a name of a movie that did well this summer.
yes.
The Conjuring.
Well, no, the Annabelle,
Oh, yes.
which is part of the franchise.
Part of the Conjuring
yes,
franchise.
yes, Annabelle Creation.
Yes.
Yeah. So, anyways, I remember about 2 months ago we mentioned that Warner Bros. Was going to be in a lawsuit from Gerald Brittle.
Oh yeah, the guy's suing because it was something or other.
Yeah, he wrote the
Yeah.
book for The Demonologist
Book that
about
was-
the Warrens and claimed
Yeah.
that he had all media rights to it.
Right. Yes.
Or to anything that the Warrens did.
Yes, that.
Yeah. Well, Warner Brothers tried filing an injunction
Okay.
with the courts saying that this is considered free speech and you can't have complete rights on something that actually happened.
That is a fair statement.
It sounds right. Judge threw it out.
Really?
Said, nope, because this revolves around physical media, that you need to present physical evidence to support your claims.
Okay, also fair.
So this thing's going to trial.
Okay, alright, cool. That'll be interesting to see where that goes.
Yep. So the trial date has been set for April 16th of next year.
Okay.
So
it'll be a while until we hear anything about this.
Right, it'll be a while until we get back to this, and which means we're going to have a lot of time for people to build up their evidence.
Yep.
Also enjoy the holidays.
Yep.
Moving on. Moving on.
Work on a bunch of paperwork during Thanksgiving. Got it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Who's that guy?
That's Mr. Elf.
That's Will Ferrell?
Yes.
That's a weird picture of Will Ferrell.
I know, isn't it?
I don't know why you chose that one.
Because I just want to remember everyone that when Will Ferrell isn't working, he grows a beard.
Yeah, like David Letterman.
Yeah.
Like Jon Stewart.
Yeah.
All these retirement beards.
Like Chris Evans.
Yeah, like Chris Evans.
Yeah.
Yeah. His isn't white though.
No, but he grows it out though whenever he doesn't do Captain America.
That's fair.
Although the upcoming Captain America does have a beard.
Okay, well then he doesn't have to compromise.
Yeah. So, anyways, Will Ferrell, in addition to all the movies that he's doing, is signed on to do another one.
Okay, another one.
Yeah, just like DJ Khaled, he will star in an adaptation of The 100-Year-Old Man Who Climbed Out of the Window and Disappeared.
Why have
I
heard of this? This is a book, right?
Yeah, that's the book.
It's like a super popular book.
Yes.
I could have sworn I've heard multiple conversations of this. Never been involved in them, but have been aware of conversations around me happening about this book.
Yes. So this movie will be produced by Gary Sanchez Productions as well as CBS Films. And just a brief synopsis of it. The story centers on a man who will presumably be played by Will Ferrell, who, on the night of his 100th birthday, escapes from his nursing home and hits the road, with the ensuing inadvertent adventure involving criminals, a bag of cash, and an elephant.
Sure.
But his time on the run reveals that he was involved in some of the defining moments of the 20th century.
Oh, so it's like Forrest Gump?
And that he's crossed paths with figures such as Joseph Stalin, Sir Winston Churchill, and Charles de Gaulle.
Yeah.
The film is being described as Forrest Gump, but more darkly comedic.
Sure, okay. Yeah, people like that book, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, the book has sold 10 million copies and has been on the bestseller of the New York Times for a while now.
So, I don't know. Sure, okay.
I mean,
make that movie. Why not?
Yeah, I mean, we haven't had a good Forrest Gump-esque movie in a while.
Also, Will Ferrell needs a win.
Oh,
what was the last successful Will Ferrell movie?
Daddy's Home was trying to profit.
Yeah, that's true.
Are you talking critical success, though?
Yeah, that's tougher.
Yeah.
People liked him in that, what was that limited release thing he did? It was, I forget.
Stranger Than Fiction?
No, after that.
Did you want after that?
He did something where he was like a salesman or something. Everything Must Go? Is that the name of that movie?
Was he in that one?
I think that's him. I think that's Will Ferrell.
I thought that was Matt Damon.
No.
Oh, no, Matt Damon was in the Butter one.
Yeah, the other one.
Or The Informant.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking
The
of.
Informant, exclamation point.
Yes.
Which is a weird-ass movie. I saw that movie.
Yeah, it's weird.
It was alright. It was good, but it was weird. The movie's so weird.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah. Will Ferrell, critical?
Maybe. I don't know.
It sounds
like
good.
It could be, that's almost sounds Oscar baity.
Yeah.
Which is weird for Will Ferrell.
No,
unless he's trying to make a pivot.
He's trying to pivot, yeah.
He
can't do the
well, that's the argument
anymore.
I think that was around when that movie, which I think is called Everything Must Go, came out. Is that everybody was super impressed that he could do a dramatic role.
Okay.
And so, maybe that's his thing. It's like he's going to try to pivot that way.
Well, he was dramatic in that What's the one I just mentioned?
Which one? The
Stranger Than Fiction.
Is that a drama? I thought that was a comedy.
It's a dramedy.
I didn't see it.
It was a dramedy where he
okay.
was living his life, but it was being narrated by someone else who was writing a book, so he was actually a fictional character.
Okay, got it. Okay, I did not see that movie.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
anyways.
Yeah, Will Ferrell being 100-year-old man.
Yeah. Sure, someone will see it.
Yep. All right.
What else?
And lastly, we're gonna run right over him.
Okay.
With
a train.
Yep. No, movie trailers.
Oh, that's a trailer.
AKA The Bits.
All right. What's our trailer bits?
All right. Super Troopers 2.
Oh, God.
Official trailer.
That's right. That's a thing.
Yes. This is not the Kickstarter trailer that they released. This is an actual legit trailer.
They're making this movie trailer?
Yeah. No, actual. They made this movie trailer.
It's a thing now?
Yep.
Okay.
So that's out there for you to watch. We also have...
Or someone to watch.
Yes, we also have the next movie from your man, Richard Linklater.
The real Richard Linklater.
The director, Richard Linklater.
Yes, director Richard Linklater.
Yes, it's called Last Flag Flying.
That's a good name.
Yeah. We also have Brawl in Cell Block 99.
That's also a good name.
This stars a very bald Vince Vaughn.
The baldest Vince Vaughn.
Yeah, who may be neo-Nazi. I'm not sure. He's got like a cross on the back of his head and he's bald. Yeah.
I don't know.
And he's angry. He like punches the car.
Sure. That's what I do when I'm angry.
Yeah.
And I'm bald.
Yep. We also have Killing Gunther.
What did Gunther do?
Gunther is starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. And Taron Killam.
This is Taron Killam's thing. I saw.
This is directed by Taron Killam.
I watched the thing for this.
The trailer.
Yeah. I didn't know if it was technically a trailer or like a snippet from the movie. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, directed by Taron Killam.
That was all right.
Yep.
I enjoyed it. Little thing, whatever the hell that is.
Yeah. It looks crazy.
Yeah.
It stars a bunch of comedians in it too.
Yeah.
So,
Sure. All right.
And lastly, we have Mark Felt, who, if you don't know what that name is, you weren't alive in the 80s.
Well, I mean, yeah, I wasn't. So
yes.
Tell me who Mark Felt is.
Mark felt me up.
That's disgusting.
Yes.
Go on.
And then Deep Throated.
Whoa.
No, Mark Felt was in Deep. Did it have Deep Throat?
Wait.
Was Deep Throat?
Wait. Okay.
So, in the 80s,
you have to be more specific.
In the 80s,
that was not the 80s.
90s? 70s?
No. What
60s.
you've been talking about was the 70s.
Watergate.
Watergate happened in the 70s when Richard Nixon was president.
Yeah, that guy.
Yes.
Yes. So
he was Deep Throat.
No, he was Deep Throated.
No. What?
So Deep Throat was
yes, the guy who basically leaked the tapes.
Yes, the FBI informant who leaked everything. His name was Dark Melt. Dark Melt.
Dark Melt?
Wow! Mark Felt. No! His code name was Deep Throat.
Hey guys, when you go to that gastropub, you have to order the Dark Melt. It's got like Black Forest ham. It's got Swiss cheese, like a sharp cheddar and a Swiss cheese. Oh, it's to die for, man. Pair it with
the Watergate.
Oh. You got it, the Dark Melt. Anyway, so Mark Felt, not Dark Melt.
Yes, well, Mark Felt is the name of Deep Throat, the informant.
Yes.
The upcoming movie is called Mark Felt.
Which, if I understand correctly, he didn't actually come out and say that until like
2005 or something?
Ago? Yeah, 10 years ago or something. It was very recent.
Yeah.
That we even found out who this guy actually was.
Yes.
He was under wraps for several decades because obviously FBI stuff is
the only reason his name was released was because of the statute of limitations.
Yeah, and it ran out, so he was able to talk about it.
Right.
But yeah, so this is his story. This is a story about him.
Being played by Liam Neeson.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. So Oscar bait, maybe, or just a really good drama.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. That sounds like that's a competitor for sure.
Moving on
up to the television. More accurately, it's Mike's Sports Corner. We need like a little theme song for this.
Football.
Are you ready for some football?
Oh. Yeah, football's here. It is now the season of footballs. Let it rain upon us and hit us in the face.
Yeah. Wait, what? What's... No. Never mind. Football. The preseason's wrapping up.
Yes.
And when is the first opening season? The season opener. When's the season opener?
So, the first official NFL game of the season happens next Thursday.
Okay.
The last game of all preseason happens tomorrow.
So tomorrow.
So tomorrow. Done. Yeah. So tomorrow is just a big day of NFL games.
Yeah.
Because everyone has to be done by the end of tomorrow.
Everybody's going to wrap it up. Yep. So watch a bunch of football tomorrow. And then a week from tomorrow, watch the opener. And who's playing in the first game of the season?
It is the Broncos versus the Patriots, I want to say.
Sure. I believe that.
Sounds like a good opener.
That sounds like a thing.
Yeah.
I'd watch that.
I don't know the Broncos are opening. I don't know who they're actually opening up against.
So yeah, and Thursday night football is
on the NFL Network.
On the NFL Network, and also on NBC, right?
For the
CBS.
First, NBC. Yeah, we'll be on NBC
for the first how many weeks? Like 6,
5 weeks.
5?
Yeah,
so
and then it goes to
they have an agreement where they start Thursday night footballs on NBC for a while until basically they break off, do their own thing on Thursdays again, and when the fall season starts.
Right, and then it goes to CBS for Thursday.
Then it's removed from network. Then you have to have an NFL Network.
No, I thought it goes to CBS for a while.
No. CBS has...
I think it was Twitter.
Yeah.
It goes to
Twitter.
Twitter still has that NFL deal.
Rights, but no one would watch that because it's Twitter.
Right.
So yeah.
Hey, you Periscope that thing.
Yeah, you can Periscope it too. But yeah, so that's exciting. We'll have more to talk about football a little later.
Yes.
In a different way.
Yep. Also, if you want to not watch professionals, but instead watch amateurs play some football.
Always.
The D-League is happening tomorrow.
Okay.
AKA the NCAA football.
He's being facetious here. College football starts tomorrow. So watch college football if you like college football.
Yep. College football starts tomorrow. Ohio State opens.
The Ohio State
opens up against Illinois.
How dare you?
Against the University of Illinois tomorrow. But the big matchup will be Saturday.
Okay.
All right. As we have the number 1 seed taking on the number 3 seed in the opening game of the season.
Okay.
This is, of course, the 33rd team in the NFL, Alabama.
Yep.
Taking on Florida State University, the number 3 seed.
Cool.
Of the NCAA.
Yep. Of the NFL.
No. Why are these two
teams? The NFL now? Wow.
No, Alabama pretty much is, okay?
I mean, they might as well, right?
Last year, they had 13 guys go in the first 3 rounds of the NFL.
Wow. Well, there you go. So there's just a mill at this point. Just milling them.
Yeah. I mean, whether or not they'll actually, do well in the NFL?
Yeah, who knows? It's worked so well in the past.
I can't remember the last time an Alabama player actually,
I have no idea.
made it past 3 years in the NFL.
Nope. I can't name one. Can you name one? I can't name one.
No.
Goes to show you.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
AJ McCarron.
Okay.
He was the quarterback. But even then, I think he made it 2 years, and that was it. He got relegated to the backup position. Much like Mark Sanchez.
Hey, yes, much like. But we'll get to Mark Sanchez a little later.
Yep.
And what we got?
Yes, and lastly, of course, we mentioned it earlier this podcast, but this past Saturday was the McGregor-Mayweather fight.
Yeah,
if you want to call it
I guess
a fight.
that's sports, huh? Yeah, we should probably talk about that now.
Yeah. So Mayweather KO'd McGregor in the 10th round. And then they all dried their tears with the stacks of money that they won.
Yeah, there's some controversy about how McGregor was pulled out at some point, and everybody's freaking out about it.
Well, yeah, because they stopped the fight after 2 good punches from Mayweather.
Yeah.
And McGregor didn't go down. He didn't fall on the ropes. He wasn't dizzy or orientated or anything.
They stopped the fight.
But they stopped the fight.
Yeah, that's my understanding. I did not watch this. I did not care. They can both get knocked out for all I care.
Me and the doctor went and tried to find a place to watch this, but apparently every place that had it, bars, charged $25 cover charge.
Oh, of course they did.
Well, yeah, because I mean, they pay like $2,400.
Yeah, to
for
have
the
the
fight.
rights to do that. So
Yeah,
yeah,
for
they
the
have to
fight.
make their money back.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it was a dumb thing that happened.
Yeah, I know a 49-0 guy going up against a 0-0 guy.
Yeah.
Totally made sense. Yeah.
So let's revisit a conversation we had last year on the podcast, which is crazy that we can say that now.
Is boxing relevant?
Last year, but yeah. Does anybody care?
No.
Moving on.
Actually, I had this conversation with someone.
So people do care because it's still an event, and people like seeing events. People like,
Yes.
I am also of the mind that things that are, communal events like this are exciting, and there are fewer of them these days in American culture, and so when they do happen, it's really cool, and it's a cool feeling. But this was just happened to be one thing that I just couldn't support.
Well, what's happened in the past, millennia, is that the featured boxers have been welterweights and lightweights.
Yeah.
And so they focus on speed and endurance rather than the heavyweights hard-hitting punches like that of Mike Tyson,
So yeah.
Ali, and
So boxing as a sport has changed so much.
Yes.
That it's not it doesn't offer itself as much as it used to
don't-
entertainment.
Right. You don't see two huge guys going blow to blow
Right.
with each other, blood flying everywhere, black eyes, bloody faces.
The age of Mike Tyson is long gone.
Well, yeah, ear biting is never a thing.
No. Should never have been a thing.
Never a thing.
So that happened. It was super boring. What's the odds on there being a rematch for that thing?
None. Mayweather's retiring.
Oh, is he done?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's 40. McGregor's 26. He'll probably go back to the octagon.
McGregor's 26?
I think so. He's 20-something.
That's insane, if that's true. Alright.
McGregor will go back to the octagon and he'll defend his title again.
We'll see.
But yeah, moving on out of sports. Oh no, sorry, not that yet. This guy. Boom.
What's that?
Look at the stars. That is the science guy.
Okay. Mr. Bill Nye?
Yes. Not the actor, but...
No, not Bill Nye.
Nye.
Bill Nye.
Yes. Yes. So, TV actor Bill Nye.
Yes, sure. Call him that. Scientist and TV actor.
And technically engineer.
Yes, fine. Scientist / engineer / TV personality. Bill
/
Nye.
lawyer.
Okay.
Is suing Disney.
Well, lawyers don't sue, but sure.
Well, Bill Nye is suing. Bill Nye is suing Disney.
Okay, why is Bill Nye suing Disney? Tell me.
He's suing Disney for more than $37 million.
Okay.
Alleging that he didn't receive his fair share of the net profits generated by his show.
Oh, wait, so his original show, right?
Yes, not the Netflix show.
Because Disney had the rights to the original Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Yes.
But not originally. They bought him at some point.
Yes.
That's my understanding.
They bought it full out.
They bought it for purposes of syndication.
Right, but...
And video release.
But Bill Nye was still supposed to get residuals
Right,
for
so
this
he's
thing.
basically saying that they owe him money.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, he's alleging that he didn't receive his fair share of net profits generated by the show. He's claiming that, quote, as a direct and approximate result of the defendant's breach of fiduciary duty, plaintiff, being him, has suffered damages in the amount of $9.35 million. And then, by breaching their fiduciary duties, enriched themselves at the expense of Bill Nye, obtaining ill-gotten profits not less than $28 million.
Okay. So, I'm all for Bill Nye getting what he's owed. I'm all for that. But what took him so long? Is always the question.
Here's what took him so long.
Okay.
The lawsuit came about from a accounting error by Buena Vista.
That's always the case.
By Buena Vista TV.
That's always the case.
Well, here's what they did. They sent Bill Nye a check for $585,000. Sounds pretty good for royalties.
But it's not even close to probably how much he was actually made, right?
Well, no, because...
Okay.
They sent him a second letter after that.
Yeah.
Saying, sorry, we made a mistake. You owe us $946,000 and $1,111.
Wait, why?
Because they made an accounting error and accidentally gave him more money than he was due.
Okay.
Bill Nye being the smart guy that he is,
Yeah.
saw these 2 letters and thought, hey,
Yeah.
these 2 doesn't add up.
Yeah.
Then he went back and started to look at the past statements of everything that he's gotten.
Yeah.
And did some calculations.
Okay, figured out that they've been ripping him off for years.
Yeah.
Got it. Well, that's weird.
Yep. Bill Nye claims that he actually stopped receiving royalties as of July 22nd, 2008.
Okay. Just real briefly, I'm going to put on my little conspiracy hat here.
Okay.
This happens to coincide with his newfound re-relevance in popular culture.
Yes.
I have a hard time believing that isn't at least part of this. That people all of a sudden care about Bill Nye again.
Well, remember, we had something similar like this happen
Yeah.
with the music one.
Yes, the music one.
The music thing. This is Spinal Tap, where Hank Azaria didn't realize he was getting ripped off until the 30th anniversary.
Right. It's stuff like this is just so strange to me. How it takes this long.
Well, you have so much money coming in, you don't realize that you're
blinded by the green.
Yes.
Can't see beyond it.
Yeah.
Well, regardless, like I said, I'm okay for Bill Nye getting what he's owed. Disney has money to spare. I'm sure it wouldn't hurt. Like, they should just settle this. Give him some.
They'll definitely settle this out of court. They'll go back through the accounting, say, okay, we went through our accountings. We really owe you $25 million
or whatever it is,
or whatever.
Just give him some money. Just call that day. There's no good way that ends if they don't just settle it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yep. Moving on.
Yeah, we have some season premiere news for Saturday Night Live.
Yes. So, Ryan, the Young Goose Gosling.
Young Goose?
Will be hosting the premiere episode.
Yes, he will.
Of Saturday Night Live, season 43.
Yep.
With musical jest, Jay-Z.
Whoa. I'm sorry.
Musical guest,
Did he
Jay-Z.
rebrand when I wasn't watching? Jay-Z will be the musical guest.
Yes. The last time Jay-Z was on SNL was back in May of 2010.
Yeah.
When Betty White was hosting.
It has been a while.
Yes. Ryan Gosling hosted back in 2015.
So that's what we know. Things we don't know is the new cast members.
Right.
That still remains a secret, but I'm sure we'll hear over the next few weeks. Probably even maybe as early as
we
next
assume
week.
Kenan Thompson's coming back again?
It seems like Kenan, since he did the summer weekend update stuff, seems like he's back. It seems like Mikey Day's back.
Yep.
It seems like the other guy is back.
Kyle Mooney.
No.
Pete Davidson.
No, the other guy.
Taron Killam.
No, Taron Killam's not on the show anymore. No, the other dude. I forget his name. Not Mikey Day, but the other guy.
The guy looks like Mikey Day, but not
the guy who joined it at the same time that he did. He does the other Trump son.
Yes.
I don't remember what the hell his name is.
Eric.
I'm sure he loves that. I'm sure he would love the fact that I have no idea who he is. The other white guy. That's not Pete Davidson or Kyle Mooney. So it seems like Pete Davidson is coming back. The only people we know that are definitely 100% not back are Bobby Moynihan and Vanessa Bayer.
Right.
They're done. We know that they're not coming back, but the rest, and we know it seems like Cecily Strong was in this stuff too.
Yeah, we saw her up in there.
Notably absent from the Weekend Update stuff was Kate McKinnon.
Yes.
Which makes me think she was busy doing something, maybe shooting a movie.
Maybe.
That's my best guess.
Yeah.
Is that she was probably shooting a movie. And Leslie Jones showed up for one episode, so she's still
speaking
in.
of...
so Shears and Mena, that's the other one who left.
Okay,
she won't be back either.
That's right. Do you want to give our thoughts on the Week 4 episode Weekend Update?
I thought it was good.
Special edition?
I think it was good. I was telling you at the last one that they aired, it's like, this feels like a real good, like, dry run for the new head writers.
Yeah.
Like, I felt like a lot of the material was really strong. And the crowd just ate it up. Like, the crowd, especially that first episode, was just hysterical the whole time. I think they did a good job. I think format-wise, that thing totally works for 30 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of news going around, especially with this current administration.
Yeah,
that's
good timing.
Things can fit on a weekly basis that you don't run out of material.
Here's the thing, though, is I'm kind of glad that they're only 4, because that's a format, however, that would very quickly overstay its welcome.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's funny enough because they even, did that joke.
Yeah, they 100% did that joke.
Yes.
Which you have to do. But yeah, it's you can't do... I think the new stuff probably would work, but the character stuff, I think that would get grating if you had to do that every week.
Redo characters, yeah.
It's like, I don't know. It's consistency with that stuff is way harder.
Right. And it's good that they're doing this out of season.
Because you get break. Just a little bit of a taste of SNL during a time where usually you get zero.
Right.
Which is kind of nice. So yeah, I thought it was a good idea. It was well executed. Will they ever do it again? I think it 100% depends on whether this administration is as crazy as it has been.
Yep.
So we will see next summer.
Yeah. And just to wrap up a little bit of SNL bit news, Lorne Michael has actually indicated that the live experiment that they did with the last 4 episodes may actually continue.
Great. That would be awesome if the whole season was...
he doesn't say the whole season, but he will do select episodes airing at the same time on both coasts.
I wonder if it's going to be based on who's hosting.
Probably.
Yeah, like maybe season premiere they'll do it, but maybe not a week where they have like, I don't know. I can't even think of a B-list celebrity right now that would host.
Louis C.K.
No, Louis C.K. would be a big week for them.
No, he wouldn't.
Yeah, he would. After last season? Yeah, he would. Oh, when they have like...
Jennifer Lawrence.
No. Are you kidding?
Ariana Huffington.
And they have like Demi Lovato or something like that. Some like B-list, like not a huge star person. Do you think Taylor Swift?
She has to.
Shows up. She has to. She has an album.
She has a new album.
Can you imagine with the current temperature, which we'll get to later, on Taylor Swift, how badly that show will go? I'm excited. Anyways, we'll see.
Let's see. Moving on. Lastly, here the bits.
Yep, let's do some bits.
Do I have TV? Oh, I do have TV bits. The CW.
Okay.
Will be offered on Hulu Live TV.
Oh.
They signed on. So now if you get Hulu Live, you'll get the CW as well.
Cool. They're not on a lot of streaming networks because they kind of were doing their own thing.
Right, they're their own network.
But that's an interesting choice. It might be due to the fact that they have still have a whole investment in them.
Yep.
So.
Star Trek Discovery will officially get a TVMA rating.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. So expected to go HBO-ish? I mean, this is a streaming-only thing.
Yeah, which makes me think that that's why.
Yeah.
It's probably when they found out that the deal was you're going to be on the streaming thing, the CBS All Access.
They probably asked them, then can we do whatever we want?
And they probably said, yeah, sure, go for it.
Yeah.
And in a world where the biggest show on television is a super graphic show called Game of Thrones, I think you can 100% do it. You can have something Star Trek. Star Trek branded.
See, it's not just me, people.
Man, there's something in that mac and cheese tonight.
It's that milk. It's that lactate.
That milk, though.
All right. Yeah. And lastly, South Park will be running every episode. Back to back.
Simpsons did.
Except during the day of the show's usual spot.
Simpsons already did it.
Yep. This will begin September 6th, leading up to the new season, which starts September 13th.
Yeah.
This is over 200 episodes, and from the article that I read, will actually include the infamous episode Super Best Friends.
Yeah.
And episodes 200 and 201.
So yeah, if you don't know why those were banned, go Google it. We're not going to get into it right now.
Yep.
But yeah, that's kind of, I guess that's cool for South Park fans, but then again, I feel like it has the same problem as The Simpsons, where it's there's just such a gap in quality in the last bunch of seasons.
Especially the last couple seasons, because they went anthological. And with the expectation of Hillary Clinton winning, that the fact that it didn't go the way they wanted, or the way that they planned. They improvised a lot. So that's why I'm glad that this upcoming season they're going back to episodics.
Yeah, well, even before that, I'm talking about the last 10 years of South Park. It's not what that show was
Right, it became more social commentary than it became...
But it became so reliant on that stuff that it wasn't fun anymore, you know? Like, I don't know. That's
fun.
And they just... Their crutch was the whole both sides stuff.
Right.
And it's just like, I don't know. It lost me completely with the PC stuff.
Well, the PC stuff is when they started the anthological.
It's just like dumb.
And I'm glad they're getting away from it.
It's dumb.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I think that it's an interesting thing that they're trying, but
Alright. And lastly in TV, we have to talk about the big thing, everything, and nothing at all. Of course, I'm talking about Game of Thrones.
Yes, as I just mentioned, biggest television show on the planet, arguably, right now, is HBO's Game of Thrones, which is now finished. It's second to last, penultimate season.
Its finale hit 16.5 million viewers.
Yeah. And that's on HBO. Think about that for a second.
Yes.
So that's people that are paying way too much money, either to their cable provider or directly to HBO.
This isn't including the approximate 3 million people who illegally downloaded
it. And watched it on their own terms.
Yeah.
So, what are your thoughts? Well, first about the episode and then about the season.
Okay, so, that reminds me, September 15th, I gotta get off that.
Okay. You're getting distracted by Rebel Pilot Rally Monkeys.
Yeah, he'll go great with my Stormtrooper Rally Monkey and my Obi-Wan Rally Monkey.
By the way, Rebel Pilot... can't even say it. Rebel Pilot Rally Monkey. Rebel Pilot Rally Monkey is my new band.
There you go.
Can't even say it.
So anyways.
Yes. Okay, tell me about the season finale of Game of Thrones.
So the season finale pretty much sums up the entire season.
Yeah.
Where everything that you wanted to happen, expected to happen, did happen.
Totally happens.
Yep. Characters finally meet. Yet like 10 of the main characters finally all meeting in one central place in the final episode. You get comeuppance in terms of the
who dies in that finale.
Yeah, who dies in the finale. I'm not going to try and spoil stuff.
Let's not.
In terms of who dies, what happens, how it happens, and stuff that you thought shouldn't happen but does.
Yes. A major reveal that apparently
wasn't a major
reveal for people who knew stuff.
Right. It was basically spoon-fed to everyone who didn't get it clicking.
Right. And they're just like, here it is.
We're just going to lay it out for you in layman's terms.
Yeah. Which is smart, because that's what you should do in the season before last. Because the last season, you should know what the stakes are at that point. You should know...
Right, which...
The path to the end.
Previous season, they did something very similar.
Yeah.
Where they indicated that Jon Snow was, in fact, Ned Stark's nephew, Lyanna's son.
Sure.
They laid out. They specifically said that to you.
Right.
And so, that's not a spoiler. That's a season ago. Catch up.
Delicious catch up.
Yep. The reason I say that this past episode basically comes to the entire season is because this is the first season where they are completely off the books. And you can definitely tell that George R. R. Martin is no longer writing this thing.
Yeah, it's kind of anything goes now.
No, it's no longer that anything goes. It's that HBO and Hollywood have completely taken over this thing.
Yeah.
And that they're Hollywoodizing it. They're making it very much fan fiction at this point, and none of the stuff that happens where like you expect everything to go to shit doesn't, because your heroes have to win.
Yeah.
It's taken that kind of a direction.
So I don't watch the show.
Well, you watch it when I watch it.
Traditionally. I've watched a handful of episodes.
Yes.
But I have watched the last 2 weeks.
Yes.
I watched last week's episode and this week's episode. I just happened to have watched them. I noticed, I was like, this seems lighter than I expected Game of Thrones to be.
Yes, it is a very lighter tone.
Now, so that's a new thing.
That's a new thing.
Okay.
The battles weren't as epic. There's a lot more CGI involved in this past season.
And a crap load of dragons.
Yes. They went heavy on the dragons.
Dragons and zombies.
Yeah.
Are alive and kicking.
Right, which everything in this season was meant to put the pieces in position
Yeah.
for the final
For the
season.
finale.
Everything that they did this season was done on purpose.
Okay, so now the question here is: you're pulling your punches.
Oh yeah.
How does this make you feel? Do you like that, or do you not
no,
like that?
I don't
Because
like it.
from what I can tell, the internet is very divided.
Yes.
It's very it's
Oh, I know.
it's a very divided issue. Some people are way into the fact that it's kind of whatever, let's just have fun, dragons everywhere. And some people are, no, this is not the books
This
I
is
love.
this is not the Game of Thrones
This
that
is
I
not
watched.
the thing that I like.
Well, because it's the reason it's splitting is because the writing has split.
Yeah.
Because there's the part of the internet where people do Game of Thrones fan service, Game of Thrones shipping,
Yeah.
Game of Thrones like this is how it should be
Yeah.
in order for me to like watch it and enjoy it,
Sure.
and have your heroes win. Unfortunately, way back in the beginning of the series, George R.R. Martin said, "If you think you know where Game of Thrones is going, you haven't been paying attention."
Yeah.
Meaning that everything will go to shit eventually. And it didn't quite happen this season.
Yeah.
Nothing really went to shit. Everything seemed to go according to plan because, at least for the most part, everyone knows what the end goal is in terms of the battle of the living and the dead. That's the battle we're going to in the upcoming season. We just need to get there. And that's what this season was. So it was a lot of fan service. It was a lot of moving pieces in its way. And it just wasn't...
Okay.
It was good in terms of how they did it.
Yeah, it just wasn't what you wanted.
It's just could have been executed a lot better.
So let's move away from the potential spoilers now.
Okay.
And let's talk about talk about its chances next year, next year's Emmys. Do you think this thing will sweep?
No,
again?
I don't think it'll sweep.
You think it lost its cachet?
I think so.
In award season?
Unlike when I saw the episode Battle of the Bastards, and immediately after it I said...
You said that was
that thing's going to win all the Emmys, and it did win all the Emmys. I didn't see that this season.
Okay.
There was nothing in it that said, this is everything that we wanted to do.
Yeah, see,
it's basically, it was very...
Yeah.
It was like HBO was in charge and said, you need to get from this point where you are right now to this point with all these characters still alive. Because they're our main characters, and we need them for our final season.
Yeah. So, do they course correct next season, or do you think it's just going to be like this until it's over?
I have a feeling it's going to be like this for the first 5 episodes.
Oh, but then go crazy for the finale.
And then go crazy for the last 2 finale.
That would be smart, because you want to leave the audience with the last thing as being something. My worry is that they go so over the top that people just remember it as, oh man, it was super over the top. Why did this thing last as long as it did?
Well, funny enough, I was watching Rick and Morty, and during the last commercial break of it, they did an in memoriam for Game of Thrones writing, 2010 to 2016.
I thought it was a cute joke.
It was a cute joke.
But yeah, I mean, so not your favorite season. Overall, you think that the quality is not what it was, or at least the tone is not what it was.
Everything seemed like it was held back.
Yeah, sure. Oh well. That's Game of Thrones then.
Yep. That being said, of course I'll be watching next season. I will be following everything. There's nothing you can do.
Nothing will stop you.
Nothing is
nor anyone else here.
Yes.
In this country of ours from watching more Game of Thrones. So we'll be back next year to talk about the final season.
Yep.
Moving on.
So we've talked Game of Thrones to death here.
We did. Just like most of the characters on Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Moving. Before we get to VR, everyone.
Uh-oh.
We must go over our cancellations.
Oh! You jumped the gun.
I jumped the gun.
You jumped the gun. I was going to say, it's like, how does this have to do with TV? It's literally a thought that I had.
Yeah.
But I just didn't vocalize it. Okay, let's talk about cancellations and renewals now that we remembered.
Yep. So first up, we have Friends from College, Netflix.
Yeah.
Second season.
Which is weird because I feel like everybody panned that thing.
Yeah.
But okay, sure.
Get Shorty gets a 10-episode second season on Epix ahead of its premiere.
Yeah, the only time on the site that I've ever written the word epics.
Transparent gets a 5th season ahead of its 4th season debut next month on Amazon.
Yep.
Last Chance U gets a 3rd season.
Aren't you thrilled?
Yeah. Room 104 gets a 2nd season on HBO.
It has yet to debut.
Yep. Also yet to debut, or I think it did maybe. Fleabag gets a 2nd season in 2019 on Amazon.
Okay, what is Fleabag?
Don't know, don't care.
Okay.
We have Toby Hooper, age 74, director of Poltergeist and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Got it.
We also have Jay Thomas, 69, actor on Murphy Brown and Cheers.
Alrighty.
Alright, now let's move back into VR here.
So, for once, even though number one is still the same number one that we've had for weeks, there's actually interesting news about this.
Okay.
Number one, of course, in your Hot 100 singles is none other than Despacito, Luis Fonsi, and Daddy Yankee featuring Justin Bieber. But this is notable because this week marks a record for this song. It is now tied for second place for longest running number one single on the Billboard charts.
And it will stay there.
And unfortunately, we'll stay there. We'll get there later.
In just a hot second.
Hot second, we'll get to that story. Next, number 2, Wild Thoughts, DJ Khaled featuring Rihanna and Bryce Tiller. Number 3, Bodak Yellow with parentheses Money Moves by Cardi B. Number 4, Believer by Imagine Dragons. And number 5, moving up into the top 5 this week, Attention by Charlie Puth. Moving on to the top 200 albums.
Ooh, nice catch.
Debuting at number 1 this week. The brand new album, their first in 8 years, Science Fiction, debuts at number 1 this week. Have you heard? I'm judging by your face that you have no idea what brand new is.
Oh no, brand new is the band.
That answers my question. Yeah, so brand new is they used to be referred to as an emo band.
Right.
Back when that was a term that was a catch-all, as opposed to now, where it's kind of losing favor as an identifier for music.
Yeah.
But yeah, back in like the mid-2000s, they were kind of the emo act. But yeah, they kind of disappeared after an album in 2009, 2010 kind of. And yeah, came back out of nowhere, surprise released this thing, and apparently it's pretty good.
Yeah.
People really like it. So yeah, that debuted at number 1 this week. Number 2, Project Baby 2 by Kodak Black. Number 3, Damn by Kendrick Lamar.
Damn!
Kendrick Lamar back in the news, getting that VMA bump
yeah.
after winning Video of the Year at the VMAs. Number 4.
For Humble?
What?
For which one? Humble?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 for Humble. Number 4, The Peace and the Panic by Neck Deep. And number 5, dropping down from its number 1 last week, Rainbow by Kesha.
Okay.
Do we want to do our weekly watches here?
Moana.
Moana watch. Let me scroll all the way down. Moana's 18 this week.
Hey, I mean, another 2 months and it's been a year.
Okay.
It's definitely got that Netflix bump we saw.
Now I'm guessing we're going to talk about the thing we have to talk about.
Yeah. We're going to talk but first, we're going to talk about new releases.
Oh, yes, that's more important.
Yes, we have Cloud Control with Zone.
It's a good band.
Hercules and Love Affair.
Okay.
Omnion.
All right.
Joan Osborne with Songs of Bob Dylan. It's a cover album.
I would think it would be.
We have Mogwai with
Okay.
Every Country's Son.
All right.
We have Motorhead coming out of nowhere with Undercover.
Okay.
We have Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark.
All right.
The Punishment of Luxury.
Okay.
We have Star Sailor with All This Life.
What am I going to do with all this life?
We also have The Knife with Shaking the Habitual.
That's the
live at Terminal 5.
Yep, that's the live album. Yep.
We have The Pains of Being Pure at Heart with The Echo of the Pleasure. Echo of Pleasure.
I didn't know they had a new album coming out.
Surprise. We also have The Script with a new album.
Okay.
Freedom Child. And lastly, I'm not sure if this is new or not, but it was up there. LCD Sound System with American Dream.
Yeah, that's your big release this week.
Okay.
The new LCD Sound System comes out finally. I will likely listen to that, so I will likely have thoughts next week.
All right. But I want to hear your thoughts on this thing. Wait, no.
No.
Well, yeah, let's go with this first.
Yeah, so the VMAs happened.
VMAs happened.
It was not anything really to talk about.
Yes. Which is why that is not Katy Perry up there.
It's notable that the big story that I saw most after the VMAs was about a person who wasn't there. There was a story going around how The Weeknd was supposed to perform.
Oh, yeah.
Was advertised as being a performer and chose not to go. So yeah, it's very telling when you have an award show and everyone's talking about a person who did show up as opposed to the people who did. So yeah, there wasn't a whole lot to talk about from what I understand. We didn't watch the whole thing. Katy Perry apparently made a lot of real bad jokes. They debuted a video for something that we'll talk about momentarily.
Yep.
But other than that, I think Fifth Harmony did a thing.
Fourth Harmony?
30 Seconds to Mars did a weird, like, live video thing.
Well,
with, like, infrared cameras.
Well, not only that, but Jared Leto came out and did a very huge thing on Suicide Watch, and then mentioned Chester Bennington. Yeah. And then they showed Linkin Park's performance at the Griffith Observatory from 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And immediately cut away after a minute into it.
So, yeah.
And people were pissed.
That was weird. MTV was cutting a lot of stuff. In
the
middle of stuff.
Yeah, they cut, what's her name? The new album? Or the new artist lady?
Yeah, what's her name? Did she end up winning
I don't
Best
know.
New Artist?
I didn't
pay attention. But yeah, so anyways, it was a weird show.
MTV did a lot of cuts.
It was a weird show with a
lot
of weird choices. And apparently, it was their lowest rated show ever.
Makes sense.
So, checks out.
Anyways.
That tracks.
That's not Katy Perry. I don't know why you're talking about the VMAs.
Oh, I thought that was Katy Perry.
No, I mentioned that was not Katy Perry, yet you kept talking.
I can't see from here.
Check your prescription.
I can't. I don't have vision insurance. You tell me who that is then.
That is Lady Gaga.
Okay, what's up with Lady Gaga?
She's currently working on a new album.
Okay.
She is also partnering with Verizon for a VIP Joanne World Tour experience.
Okay.
Quote, I have lots of ideas and a lot of things I want to create, so you'll see in a bit. I need some time to create.
Sure.
Gaga still has songs like Princess Di and Living on the Radio, which she plays during her concerts, but are not available to stream or download. So they may be on her new album, they may be on a compilation album, they may never come out at all.
Perhaps. Well, we won't know.
But Lady Gaga says that she has thoughts for a new album, and she is eager to get back in the studio after this Joanne World Tour is done and start working on it.
Okay.
So,
cool.
Lady Gaga's writing new material, everyone.
Sweet.
Speaking of writing new material, now let's talk about this.
Okay. All right. I've talked a lot about this.
You talked about a lot of it with me.
Yeah,
about everybody. Anyone who would listen.
So I'm going to keep it brief here as much as I can.
Did you do a write-up on this?
No. The last write-up I did was the announcement of Reputation.
Okay.
So, last week we talked a little bit about Taylor Swift, who's in the news because she released information about her new album called Reputation. She released album art. We talked about that last week. The thing that happened since then. So we had talked about on the podcast how the day after we were live, she was going to debut a single.
Yep.
She has done so. The single, not titled Timeless as originally reported.
Right.
By not only me. So that wasn't just me screwing that up.
Right.
I just want to make that clear because I had to go back and edit the article to replace the name of that single. I ended up being called Look What You Made Me Do.
Which sounds like a very abusive relationship.
Yeah, weird choice of words, Taylor. So anyways, the song initially had a lot of people going, oh, this is her Kanye West diss track.
Yeah,
it does start with a verse that does sound specifically referencing things about Kanye.
Right, the second line in that song talks about a tilted stage.
Which is a very, very prominent feature of his Yeezus tour.
Right.
So, or St. Pablo tour, sorry. So sure, that was the original thought. But man, that song is also weird in a lot of weird ways. So it's a tonal shift completely for her. As we kind of predicted last week, she did go in a different direction with this song. But not content-wise, just sound-wise. This is kind of a darker take for Taylor. The chorus is not melodic. It's kind of spoke-sung. The underlying track is reminiscent of I'm Too Sexy by Right Said Fred, which is weird. Stereogum this week did a really good piece about the history of use of I'm Too Sexy in pop culture.
Okay.
It's hilarious. You need to read it. It's really funny. They go like step by step, like what movie, like the segment of Encino Man that uses it, and stuff like that. It just goes down like order of when it was used. It's great. This song that's kind of been known as kind of being terrible and being like 90s shtick like Taylor maybe didn't want to harken back to that. I think weird choices were made here, but yeah, it's not a great song. It's a weird direction for her. Content-wise, it does seem to be like just in the Taylor Swift vein of I'm going to vaguely diss somebody. It's almost like a sequel song to Bad Blood in a lot of ways, at least thematically. So yeah, the internet kind of crapped on it.
And then the music video came out.
So the music video, I'm not going to go too much into it. Has a lot of imagery of Taylor Swift being, let's say, in charge of things. And that's not strong enough. Like being a ruler.
Do you want to say dominant?
Yeah, very dominant. Except I feel weird using that phrase for Taylor Swift, little demure blonde Taylor Swift. But yes, there's a lot of imagery of her being like on a throne and in front of a giant neon T that looks startlingly cross-like, and just a lot of imagery that didn't sit well for me, especially in a time in a political atmosphere that we're having right now. It was a lot of weird choices, and there's a crashing car in that thing, but the strangest moment happens at the end.
When all the Taylors come out.
So yeah, Taylor has a conversation with her past selves, I guess you could say. Versions of herself that were in other music videos, including, of course, the You Belong to Me nerdy Taylor Swift.
Yes. Her reputation, you could say.
Yeah, you could say that. And one who the internet has started theorizing that is basically a Katy Perry rip. Is that one of them is just basically Katy Perry. She's the one that asks for receipts. Is apparently the Katy Perry equivalent. So yeah, it's a very weird, like, meta commentary, very self-aware thing that she's doing that doesn't work at all. And I don't know whether this is coming from her, somebody on her team, or what, but this whole rebrand, this whole pivot, whatever she's trying to do right now, I think is just, it's doing the opposite of what she wanted, I think. The internet was already kind of ganging up. I think we're seeing an even bigger pile.
Pile on the Taylor?
Yeah, so it'll be really interesting what else happens on the road to Reputation, which comes out in November. So we'll just have to wait and see.
As I mentioned to you, and I'll mention this again.
Yeah.
Caution! Because when 1989 came out, the first single off of that was Shake It Off.
Yeah.
And compare that to other songs that came out of that album, including Style and Wildest Dreams. Yeah. The whole album may not be like this.
I mean, yeah, that's fair. 1989 did experiment with some different stuff further than the initial single. So yeah, for all we know, this could be the weakest song on that album. You're 100% right. For all we know, it could be the Bad Blood of this album. Bad Blood was my least favorite song on 1989.
Okay.
And it ended up being the biggest hit for her, which makes sense. It's part of the course. But this is going to be a huge hit.
Yeah, but that being said, when Shake It Off came out, it was a big pivot.
That's true.
From her previous album, Red.
No, I don't agree with that.
It was more pop than it was.
It was definitely pop, but if you recall, Red was her album that she flirted with pop.
Right.
Remember Trouble?
Yes.
That was off Red. And that was the poppiest thing she had done up to that point.
Right.
There is not that big of a gap between Shake It Off and Trouble.
No, but it was basically her establishing, hey, I'm doing full pop now.
Now it's really a pop album.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying, but I'm saying that the gulf between Trouble and Shake It Off as singles and whatever the last, and Bad Blood and this is enormous compared.
This
is a big stylistic change for her. Just
if you're going from Bad Blood to this, no, not really.
The tone of this, Bad Blood, yes, the content of it, like I said, thematically, they're similar. But the tone of it is different. The sounds, the kind of music that she's ripping from couldn't be worlds different than what she did on 1989. 1989 was like a pop album in the kind of traditional way. This sounds like she's taking a page from Lorde. She's taking, she worked with Jack Antonoff on this, which is very telling, because this is very much in the Jack Antonoff school of tone here. Yes. And I think that's what she's trying to go for now, and it's very different. She's trying to make a very different kind of pop album. But again, you're right. We don't know. We haven't heard the whole thing. it remains to be seen what this is.
Yep.
For reals. So, yeah, we'll just wait and see. But for now, things do not look good for Taylor.
Yep. She's starting to get a bad reputation.
I
know I made that joke last week, but
did she give
screw
a damn
it.
about her?
I don't think she gives a damn.
All right, tell me about...
Let's finish this off.
Tell me about Justin Bieber's crotch.
Oh, you saw this?
I saw a headline. I didn't read it.
Oh, okay. So, the headline was about Justin Bieber's crotch, but the entirety of the article was nothing about it.
Okay, so what's going on?
Alright, so,
Biebs.
Justin's junk is currently in the middle of a lawsuit in New York. So,
Sure.
An emergency room worker named Kelly Lombardo is filing for wrongful termination action with the New York Division of Human Rights over claims that she accessed Bieber's medical records earlier this year.
Okay.
She was on duty as an emergency room representative at Northwell Health on Long Island in New York when, quote, she was told by several company representatives that Bieber had been admitted under an alias to get treatment for, quote, an STD.
Okay.
For those of you paying attention, Bieber was admitted into a hospital in New York back in March when this happened, but claiming that it was from testicular torsion. Yes, from a soccer incident.
Yeah, like he pulled some.
Right. Well, that may not be the actual case.
Well, who knows, right?
Right. So, the hospital is claiming that she illegally accessed Justin's medical file on one of the computers after hearing rumors that Justin had been admitted for an STD. The lawsuit is claiming that she was fired for being a woman, as she was told in a meeting with several other Northwell employees, quote, "You are a young female. You're not curious about what he was doing in the ER?" End quote. And then they fired her.
Wow.
After working at the hospital for over 10 years.
Oh, wow. Jeez.
Yes. Lombardo is emotionally distressed over her termination and, quote, "didn't admit him, never saw him there, and was literally dragged into this."
Okay. Literally.
Yes. So, this has nothing to do with Bieber's crotch.
I mean, that's the window dressing here.
Yes.
And I know that's a weird visual. Don't visualize that.
Don't visualize Bieber's crotch as window dressing.
But
it's very, very vinaigrette.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, anyways.
But anyways, yes. So even though like all the titles that I read, like the captions, the headlines,
because of course that's how you get the people to read.
Yeah, it said Justin Bieber's testicles in the middle of the lawsuit,
right?
And then it was nothing about his testicles. It's just about.
It's still a good headline. I don't
this
care.
Lady being
I'd
fired.
still write that headline.
Yeah, but here's the thing though: is that if she's the one of the attending physicians in the ER, and anyone comes in, you're gonna access their medical records.
Yeah,
you're gonna find out if they have a history of allergies or like past medical conditions or anything. It comes with the territory.
Sure.
Whether it's Justin Bieber or not, whether he comes in as an alias or not, it's part of being a doctor.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
And basically, I hope that everything works out for Miss Lombardo.
Yeah, yes.
Yes, that she not only gets her job back, but is properly paid for compensation.
And in the meantime, just in case, Justin Bieber, if you're listening to this...
you got STDs. Suck it up.
Well, no.
Oh, no?
That's not what I was going to do.
Oh.
I was going to be like, hey, stay safe. Stay safe. All right, moving on. Is there anything else?
No, that's all I got.
Bits?
That's all I got.
That's all I got, too?
Yep. So that's all we got.
That's all we got.
So let's wrap it up for Beat About Podcast.
Hey, so if you like what you hear, and I know I do, you can check out more from us here at Media Boat. We have a whole website. We have MediaBoatPodcast.com. That's our website where we post stuff every day. You can find news stories, you can find features, including box office numbers, and our thoughts about the newest releases, and a whole calendar of new releases every Friday. You can also find a secret project that I'll be able to talk about more next week, where you'll be able to find out all sorts of information about movies, TV shows, video games, and albums and artists that you see on our website with just a click. So stay tuned for more about that next week. If you want to help us in this awesome adventure that is the Media Boat Podcast Media Empire, you can help us out on Patreon. Patreon.com/MediaBoat is where you can go to help us out with some money, some donations. You can donate as little as $1 a month. That's 1/4 of a latte at Starbucks a month. That's all we ask. You join a special elite club of Patreon
You join
donors.
our Media Boat crew.
Yeah, you join the Media Boat family. You're family to us if you help us out. And yeah, and every little bit counts. If you want to do more, you can. But yeah, minimum of $1. It helps us make even more content and make our content even better. If you want to hear our audio version of our podcast, you can download it through iTunes. You can subscribe to us as well and get us in your phone every week. You can also find our YouTube streams here on youtube.com. MediaBoat Podcast is the name of the channel. You can find us live every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock p.m. Pacific. You can also find an archive of our past week's shows. You can also catch us on Twitter at MediaBoatcast. You can also find us on Facebook, MediaBoat Podcast. You can also find us video gaming, streaming our video games on twitch.tv/MediaBoat, including our Monday night show, which will be The Sanchez, our playthrough of Madden 18's franchise mode as Mark Sanchez. That'll be Monday at 7 p.m. Pacific, so tune in for that. You can also find archives of our Twitch streams on twitch.tv/MediaBoat as well. That is everything, I believe.
You plugged everything?
I think I plugged everything. It's plugged, so much plugged that I'm getting a terrible electricity bill. That's how many plugs are going on. I'm paying Edison way too much money for the amount of electricity I'm using from all these plugs.
Okay. And with that, we'll see you guys next week.
AC adapter.
We'll see. Everyone, go enjoy your Labor Day weekend.
There are too many plugs. Yes, have a great Labor Day weekend. We will be back.
Yeah, go enjoy your Labor Day weekend. Go do your fantasy drafts.
Yes, draft for football.
Yep, football. We'll have something special for involving the beginning of football next week.
We sure will.
I have some things in mind. I'll go over with you.
Cool.
But yeah.
We'll see you guys next week then.
Yep. Bye.
Bye. YouTube after show.
All right, YouTube after show. Doctor showed up late.
Yeah,
and for some reason said our audio wasn't working.
Oh.
But I just checked it right now and we do have audio. So, okay. Doctor, turn up your volume.
Pump
up the jam.
Volume. Pump up volume.
Yep. Other than that, I got nothing.
Cool.
Yeah. Madden, everyone. Go buy it.
So, yeah.
It's good. It's actually good.
You'll see us on Monday.
Yep.
Madden.
We'll be streaming Monday or come back and join us here Wednesdays, 8 o'clock on YouTube, Media Boat Podcast.
And Pujols.
Yep. The mighty Pujols hitting another one deep.
Maybe.
Go deep, Pujols.
Go deep. No. Okay, bye.
He's already hit 2 home runs, so let's go for it. Want to go for a third one.
Okay, bye.
All right, bye.